Welcome to all of those joining us. It's wonderful to see you here today. It is 12:01 and we have a wonderfully jam-packed program today, so I do want to get started. Hello and welcome everybody again to the Florence Bayes Music Series. My name is Dana Kaufman. I'm assistant professor in music composition at University of California, Riverside, and coordinator of this year's Florence Bayes Music Series. We are thrilled today to have a wonderful celebration in honor of our very own Uncle Pi de Leon. And in a minute, I will turn things over to Deborah Wong, the coordinator and host of today's event, and she will tell you more about today's honoree. But first, I'd like to read our department land acknowledgement. Miyawe, hello. In honor of Rupert and Jeanette Costo's founding relationship to our campus, we would like to respectfully acknowledge and recognize our responsibility to the original and current caretakers of this land, water, and air, the Cahuilla, Tongva, Luiseno, and Serrano peoples, and all of their descendants, past, present, and future. Today, this meeting place is home to many Indigenous peoples from all over the world, including UCR faculty, students, and staff, and we are grateful to have the opportunity to live and work on these homelands. The music department also acknowledges that it was founded upon exclusions and erasures of many Indigenous peoples. Please take a moment to consider the many legacies of violence, displacement, migration, and settlement that bring us together here today, and join us in uncovering such truths at any and all public events. Achema, thank you, or good feelings. Please be sure to join us next week on Wednesday, October 27th for a presentation by composer Max Lifshitz. We do have a couple announcements. We are recording today's event, so we would love to see all of your beautiful faces with your cameras on, but if you want to turn your cameras off, we do understand. Throughout today's event, please feel free to adjust the volume on your devices accordingly, as our guests will be sharing clips of featuring differing levels of audio. And now I would like to turn things over to Deborah Wong. Take it away, Deborah.
Thank you so much, Dana, and thank you for everything you do to make this series so vibrant. Welcome, everyone. It is so great to see all of you, and a special warm welcome to the many of you who are here from outside UCR today. I think I can see Tagumpay de Leon's family, friends, students. I see you all, and it just makes me so happy. We are here today in the middle of Filipino-American History Month to celebrate Tagumpay de Leon's recognition as a National Heritage Fellow by the National Endowment for the Arts. Okay, applause everyone, wave your hands around. You know, I mean, we are here to celebrate. I mean, Japan has its, national living treasures, as they're called, and Thailand and the Philippines have their national artists, as they're called. And the US has the National Heritage Fellowships awarded each year by the NEA. A little bit of background. The National Heritage Awards were established in 1982. And this year, Mr. De Leon joins 8 other national, or rather traditional artists, all of them major practitioners, teachers, transmitters, culture bearers, and all of them are dedicated to the cultural sustainability of their craft, and to the communities, from which they come. Now, these National Heritage Fellowships recognize a whole bunch of things: artistic excellence, lifetime heritage, lifetime achievement, contributions to our nation's traditional arts heritage, that and more. And it's a stringent process that nominees go through to be selected. Nominees must be worthy of national recognition. They must have a record of continuing artistic accomplishment. They must be actively participating in their art form, either as practitioners or as teachers or as both. And Tagumpay de Leon is all those things and more. He is also UCR's longtime director and instructor for Music 170, Rondalia Ensemble. And you're going to hear much, much more about him as the program goes on. In fact, we have, we're just chock-a-block with videos and all kinds of great things to share with you today. I should warn you in advance that the audio levels, given I think we have almost 20 videos to share with you. The audio levels are different on each and every one of them. So just be ready to sort of raise and lower your audio level on your personal device as the program goes on. Now, in the summer of 2020, just over a year ago, when the pandemic, had us all in its grip, and the U.S. was also, think back, the U.S. was also struggling with, a real deep racial reckoning at that point in time. Neil Mathern and I decided that the time had come to try to do something right and good. And we decided to nominate Uncle Pi, as he is known, for a National Heritage Fellowship. And as ethnomusicologists, Neil and I were keenly aware that only one other Filipino-American, that is Kulintang Master Danangan Kalandian, had ever been recognized with a National Heritage Fellowship. And I should say that nominating an artist for this award involves thought and effort, and a lot of feet in the ground. I mean, Neil and I put together a portfolio of video and audio examples of Uncle Pi's work. We talked with his past and current students, and we asked notable cultural experts, pretty much all of them here today, by the way, to write letters of support. And Neil and I wrote a very detailed nomination explaining why Uncle Pi's work matters. And actually, no surprise here, that nomination practically wrote itself. And about a year later, we got the call. We got the call that Uncle Pi had been selected, and you probably could have heard us laughing and crying and screaming from far away. Now, I would like you to hear the first of many video examples. I'd like you to hear directly from a staff member at the National Endowment for the Arts. I'd like you to hear from Cheryl Sheely. She is the NEA staff member who for many years now has overseen the massive process of National Heritage Fellowship nominations and the selection process. So let's hear from Cheryl from her video.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Sheely, a folk and traditional arts specialist at the National Endowment for the Arts. One of my roles at the NEA is to manage the National Heritage Fellowships, the nation's highest honor in folk and traditional arts. The award is bestowed upon extraordinary individuals or groups who demonstrate unparalleled passion and mastery in their cultural practices. And I'm honored to send you this message as you celebrate the incomparable Rondalia master and teacher, Pi de Leon. One of the great things about my job is that I get to know each of the fellows individually as I guide them through the processes of a federal award. So, hi, Uncle Pi. It's me again. It's Cheryl. This time I'm not emailing you or calling you or sending you a voicemail asking you to send me this and send me that. This time I'm here because I want to tell you what a joy it's been to get to know you in this process and to learn more about all that you've done for your community. I've now seen how people light up when they talk about you. And these celebrations are just further evidence of what a true inspiration you are to so many. I just want to say congratulations.
Wasn't that lovely? That was Cheryl Sheely from the NEA. By the way, there is a program for today. We're going to keep putting it in the chat where you can see the names of everyone who's going to appear in one way or another. And I would like to turn now to Dr. Neil Mathern, who is A UCR PhD alum, yay. He is a specialist in the Philippine arts institutions. He is a longtime student of Uncle Pi's. And Neil, could you walk us into Uncle Pi's journey and importance?
Gladly. Thank you, Dr. Wong. Thank you, Dr. Ritter, Dr. Kaufman, and Greg for putting this together. It is beyond an honor to talk about Tagumpay Mendoza de Leon today, or Uncle Pi. For those of you who don't know, everybody calls him Uncle Pi. He's everybody's uncle. He is the textbook definition of avuncular warmth and friendliness. And don't let that pleasantness hide the fact that he has promoted the tradition of rondalla to thousands of Filipinx Americans as fellow performers, community members, students, audience members. Uncle Pi was born in Nueva Ecija in the Republic of the Philippines, Central Luzon area. His whole family is musical. His mother, Iluminada, is an accomplished pianist. His father, Felipe Padilla de Leon, is a national artist of the Philippines, which is the highest honor bestowed on a musician by that government, by that nation. He was a composer, a band leader, and a musical advocate. Uncle Pi played music with his brothers and sisters growing up. He excelled at the bass. He still does. He still plays with the Filipino American Symphony Orchestra on bass. In 1971, he moved to the US and settled in Burbank, California, where he still lives with Tita Zeni, his wife. And he began a long career as an engineer with Glendale Water and Power. He raised a family, and over the next 50 years, he moved into a network of Filipinx expat musicians. All of them, most of them in the beginning, first generation musicians, later second generation musicians, dancers, who were practicing something that, although came from the Philippines and is a product of, at least in part, the Spanish colonial influence, is very much a Filipinx American experience. He took up guitar and later took up the bandurria, which is the 14-stringed tenor mandolin. Played with the Pamanlahi dance group, the Philam cultural family group with his mentor Nito Gonzalez, and then later with friends formed the Rondalla Club of LA, RCLA. And we have members of the RCLA here. Thank you. The RCLA became known for performing at PCNs, Filipino Culture Nights, around Southern California. And the PCN is a stage performance where students engage with Filipinx American life and culture through dancing, through singing. Uncle Pi is a popular musician at these. And as Dr. Wong said, Uncle Pi came to UCR in 2001 to teach the UCR Rondalla Ensemble. We were very excited to get it then. We were one of the first schools that I know of to have a Rondalla Ensemble. I was in the first group, and we didn't have enough instruments. We had about 15 students and maybe 6 instruments, I think, at first. So Uncle Pi would teach us something. We learned and we passed it to another person. Made us all very close. And most of those students were Filipinx Americans. I am not. Most were. And then over the years, the UCR Rondalla Ensemble class is a place where lots of young Filipinx Americans go, as a place where they get to see that relative that they want to see but can't, who might be far away. It's very special to them and to us. And I want to close by saying something personal about Uncle Pi, because Uncle Pi is famous for not talking about himself. In fact, it was very hard to get him to talk about himself during the nomination process. All of you can attest that Uncle Pi is a doer, not a talker. Okay, he does. He radiates outward his appreciation for the repertoire, for the tradition, but he's not one to push it on you, to force it on you. He waits for you to come to him. Younger players gravitate towards him because of his easygoing way of doing things. Sometimes on the sly, sometimes outward, but it's always voluntary. It's always a pleasurable experience. And the older I get, the smarter he gets, it seems to me. But I will give you one episode. I was in the advanced Rondalia group in around 2010, 2011. And we got some new players that were not as good as us yet. They were getting there, but they weren't as good as us yet. We had a recital coming up. And I said, Uncle Pi, what if we started an intermediate group and an advanced group? And the intermediate guys could play an easier song, and then we could play the harder songs, and we wouldn't step on each other's toes. And he thought about it for a second, and he goes, no, no. And I said, why? He goes, because we're all there together. Because the students who aren't as good and the students who are as good, we should all be in the same room playing together. Maybe they'll play a little bit softer and you'll play a little bit louder, but it's important for them to be there, and it's important for you to be there for them. So don't let his easygoing style and his warmth fool you. He's thinking about it all the time. He's always thinking about ways for togetherness, ways to promote the repertoire, ways to include as many people as one wants to be included. And his unassuming presence has contributed integrity and deep cultural knowledge to Filipinx Americans and non-Filipinx Americans in Los Angeles, in Southern California, and beyond. So, Uncle Pi, maraming salamat po. Thank you.
Oh, Neil, thank you. Thank you so much. And can I just say, it was so much fun to work on this nomination with you. I treasured, all of those hours we spent together working on it. Clearly, I don't really need to tell the room this, but please use the chat. Please use the chat to send your messages to Uncle Pi, to one another. Use it as part of the room that we are all in here together. It's high time that we see a video of Uncle Pi performing with the Rondalia Club of Los Angeles, his longtime group that he's a member of. You're going to see him here performing in an annual Filipino Culture Night, a PCN from, I don't know, it's like 10 years ago. And it's important to understand that that is the context in which, that is one very important context in which Uncle Pi is known and beloved and especially respected and valued. Roll it. the amount of repertoire that Uncle Pi and the RCLA has a handle on is really just, it's quite stunning. Next, I'd like you to see 2 video congratulations. We have so many of those to share with you today. Let's see 2.
Congratulations, Uncle Pi, from the Pagarayan Kulintang Ensemble.
Hi everyone, this is Renee Lisloff. I'm Professor Emeritus of Music, Ethnomusicology at UCR. I'm now in the country of Indonesia, in the town of Yogyakarta. I'm here to offer my just warmest congratulations to Tagumpay de Leon, or as I knew him as Pi, or Uncle Pi by many of his students, and I was just so excited to hear the news that he won the 2021 National Heritage Fellowship from the National Endowment of the Arts. I don't remember exactly when I met Pi. Was over 20 years ago, I think. I think I was introduced to him through Joel Jacinto, and it was part of a grand plan that Deborah Wong and I had when we first came to UCR to build up the ethnomusicology program, and we wanted to have several kinds of performances, and one of the ones that I'd really argued for was the Rondalia ensemble, because I had seen that in action at the University of Hawaii when I was a MA student there, and it was being, at that time it was taught by Professor Ricardo Tremillos, and I was so impressed with that. Even though I didn't study it myself, I was really impressed at how the students enjoyed it, so I thought that would be a fitting ensemble at UCR, since it is after all California, and we have a sizable Filipino community. So I had tried the idea. I'd gone to my colleagues and approached them. It probably wouldn't have been possible to even happen if it weren't for Joel Jacinto, who had, I think, introduced us to Uncle Pi, and then Deborah Wong, I think, was instrumental in setting it up. Also, I want to just mention Fred Gable, who was also chair of the department, I think at that time, or maybe even before he was chair, but he had also even contributed funds out of pocket for us to purchase musical instruments. So it all sort of came together in a real sort of interesting and very fortunate way that we're able to hire Uncle Pi. So I can't tell you how proud I am to even be involved, even in my own small way, that I was involved in this whole project, and that Uncle Pi won this tremendous award, the National Endowment, by the National Endowment of the Arts. So this is just a short video just to wish you all the best, Uncle Pi, and to really celebrate that. This is, I think, big news for me, at least, and I'm sure it's big news for the department that we have somebody who won this prestigious award, the National Heritage Fellowship. So again, my heartfelt congratulations to Uncle Pi, and I wish you all the best from the country of Indonesia, the city of Yogyakarta. So all the best to you, and all the best to everyone there at UCR, to all my friends and colleagues there. Wishing you all the best. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.
That was Renee Lisloff, Professor Emeritus Renee T.A. Lisloff, who told us a bit about how Rondalia came to UCR. But Joel Jacinto was also absolutely key to that. And Joel is here with us. And I'd like to ask you, Joel, to tell us a bit more about that day in 1998, because to the room, Joel is a super well-known Phil M. musician, dancer, cultural worker in Los Angeles, SoCal. He is, in his own right, a highly regarded expert on the traditional arts of Philippine America and the Philippines. So Joel, I wonder if you could take us down memory lane a little bit to 1998, to the video clip we're about to see. Yeah, tell us more.
Excellent. Thank you, Professor. On behalf of all that I am, my ancestors, and everything that I hold dear, I wish you all mabuhay. May you live and thrive, especially to our celebrant Uncle Pai, Tita Zeni, and your posterity. And maraming salamat as well. Thank you very much to Professor Deborah Wong and Professor Neil Mathern for the invitation to come and join you down as we take this short journey of memories and musical moments back to 1998, when the Philippines celebrated its centennial of independence. And we were asked by Professor Emeritus Lisloff and Professor Wong to come to do an edutainment where community came to the campus and made a connection through Kayamanan ng Lahi Philippine Folk Arts, the group that I helped to co-found along with Barbara L.A. and Ave Jacinto, and the Rondalla Club of LA, where Uncle Pai and Leonila Angos and Papanito Gonzalez had started. So this was a true triple C, a campus community connection that resulted 23 years later, a generation later, in this idea of, and this wonderful work of Professor Wong and Mathern in this National Heritage Fellow. Really, really important time, because you never know when you get on campus, you make connections, what could happen. But I tell you, Uncle Pai's importance as a musician is there, of course, as an educator, as a maestro. But you know what moves us in the community is that Uncle Pai is such an iconic human being, individual, a Filipino prototype, if you will, a gentleman, and so important as a role model to all of us, and not just what it is to play music, but to have a Filipino and Filipino-American cultural identity that spans from generation to generation. So I take you to this clip. It's analog, so sorry that it's so thing, but that's what we had back in 1998. It shows Uncle Pai playing with the Rondalla Club, playing a piece called Marchas de las Colectivistas, written by African-American Philippine constabulary band Walter H. Loving. And later he talks about his significance and his work with generational musicians, with people like Eric Illustrissimo and Patrick Tanega, as they now carry on Uncle Pai's legacy. So Uncle Pai, from generation to generation, we wish you all mabuhay. We love you, Uncle Pai, always and always. Take it away, Greg.
Rondalla is playing that, all the notes of clarinet. They're trying to emulate it using the strings, and that was really a sight to see or to hear. proud of these two guys because when we went on a tour of Europe with another dance group, they were playing, both of them were playing guitars because like they said they were aspiring heavy metal artists. I was playing this one and they're trying to overpower me with their two guitars. But eventually I brought two bandurias with me and they started tinkering with the banduria. And they started learning them, really trying too hard to learn each note. And when they learn after a year, they don't want to hold their guitar anymore. They just want to play this melodic instrument, which is, in a way, it's a blessing for us because they learn fast and they progress really fast. And in my case, I've been playing since without revealing my age, since the 60s. That was my high school days. That was the first time I was exposed to this kind of instrument because I learned piano at the start. My mother was my teacher. She was a pianist. And my father is a composer. So being from a musical family, we just grew up learning each kind of instrument. And at that time, there was a promotion of this group, the Rondalia, during the 60s. They are having concerts in high schools, elementaries. All the children were starting to learn this kind of instruments. There was a move to propagate again this kind of music. So that's the time when we started learning this too. And even these high school students, they were playing overtures already. Like if you have heard of Poet and Peasant, which is a overture for a band, string brass band, and it's a famous brass band overture. Rondalia is playing that, all the notes of clarinet, they're trying to emulate it using the strings. And that was really a sight to see or to hear, playing them a Poet and Peasant overture and Rondalia. And after that, after I migrated here, I met Boy's father, who was the renowned Bainihan maestro in Rondalia. And we started forming Rondalia for another dance group. And eventually, they formed this Emmanuel Lion, and I'm more active now in this group. Good boy.
Thank you.
I can't believe you had that video, Joel Jacinto. I'm so glad you had that video. I'm so glad I now have that video. And it can become part of the UCR music department's, archival historical record. Thank you. And really more to the point, thank you, Joel Jacinto, for making that crucial introduction and connection between UCR and Tagumpay de Leon. Thank you. Yeah. I'd like to turn next to two more video. Congratulations. And I should say that both of these beloved colleagues, Professor Rick Tremilios and Professor Mary Talusan Lakanlale, they are both actually here today. But let's hear their videos.
Aloha, I am Ricardo Tremilios, Professor Emeritus in Asian Studies and Ethnomusicology at the University of Hawaii at Manoa. I am pleased to celebrate Tagumpay de Leon in his lifelong stewardship of Filipino music and identity in America. Pare, congratulations for your National Endowment for the Arts National Heritage Award for 2021, which brought national attention to the Philippine Rondalia tradition in America. You have been a very important part of the bridge generation for Filipino culture between the Philippines and Filipino-American communities. You and your brothers, Bayani and June, continue the De Leon family leadership in Philippine national cultural life. Mabuhay.
Hi, I'm Mary Talusan, ethnomusicologist and assistant professor at California State University, Dominguez Hills. I want to celebrate Uncle Pai today because this recognition of his decades of hard work in teaching, performing, and promoting rondalia music in the United States is a great achievement for all of us in Filipino America, as well as to bring attention to Philippine arts nationally in the United States. So I feel like his achievement is all of our achievement. And I feel so honored to have known you all my life, as well as to have that family connection to you, because my granduncle, Lolo Bien Navarro, performed rondalia with you back in the 80s. So I'm so proud of that history that we have together. Congratulations, Uncle Pi.
Hey, Jonathan, could you play the next video as well?
Congratulations, Professor De Leon, or if I could, Uncle Pi. What an honor to have you become one of the National Heritage Fellows from the National Endowment for the Arts. National Heritage Fellow. Certainly your contributions to preserving the rondola here in the United States contribute to our nation's pride and heritage. But I think also of all those Filipino Americans and others of Spanish descent for whom the rondola has such an impact. All those are recipients of your contribution to our collective heritage. One of the Rondola Club of Los Angeles members described your reverence for the repertoire of traditional folk songs. And in that phrase, the word reverence really strikes me. It isn't just that you preserve the songs and play the songs and talk about the songs and teach about the songs, but you revere the songs in a way that makes your commitment that much more meaningful to everybody around you, including, of course, all our students here at UCR. So I'm just grateful and so proud of Uncle Pi on this day of celebration. Congratulations.
I thank the Chancellor and his staff for making the time to send us that lovely video. And I'd like to thank Rick Tremilios and Mary Talusan for writing letters for the nomination package. Your expertise, your deep knowledge, your compassion, all of that was absolutely central to the success of this nomination. And I'd like you now to hear from another key person who wrote another letter for the nomination, and that is Amy Kitchener, the Executive Director of the Alliance for California Traditional Arts. Amy, I am just so happy and thrilled that you helped move this forward with us and that you're here with us today. Everyone, ACTA, as it is called, is the major nonprofit organization that advocates for traditional artists in the big state of California. Amy's expertise is broad and deep, and she has known Uncle Pi for quite a long time. Mary, where are you? Could you say a few words next? There you are.
Thank you, Deborah. Well, I just want to say it was such a special privilege to join this esteemed team of scholars and culture bearers and community letters to support the National Heritage Fellowship nomination of Tagumpay de Leon, and especially to join you today to celebrate Uncle Pi's award and legacy. I first learned of Tagumpay de Leon in 2002, all the way back in our early days in 2000, when ACTA made an apprenticeship an award to give Uncle Pi an intensive advanced instruction award to his apprentice, Patrick Tenega. And their project was about transferring skills around the writing and arranging the pieces for the rondalia, and their practice focused on listening to all the taped music of folk dances of various rondalia ensembles, and then transcribing them into notes to make sheet music to then make available to any rondalia musician. So I just love the way that it was like every aspect of this was about transmission and perpetuating the rondalia music here in California. At ACTA, we've supported many Filipinx cultural expressions through apprenticeships, through grants in our Living Cultures program, dozens of Filipinx folkloric dance projects, many indigenous forms like Kalinga weaving and Kulintang music, but we've seldom seen the Rondalia ensemble regularly featured in the applications that come to us for support. So I just want to also say that with your National Heritage Fellowship, you are also affirming the place of Rondalia music as part of our shared national cultural patrimony. And Uncle Pai, on behalf of ACTA, we want to thank you for your lifelong work to preserve and to perpetuate Filipinx American Rondalia, to share your culture with the next generation so they can participate fully in their musical heritage, and to make California and the nation a flourishing place for the traditions and creativity of Filipinx American traditional music, which we recognize as integral to our state's and our nation's cultural life and legacy. And Deborah, I also want to thank you for modeling what an inspired and equitable university, community, academic, and public folklife partnership looks like. It's really an inspiration to be here in this room with you all. Thank you.
That was really lovely. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you for the ways that, it's part of a big cultural arts, the traditional arts ecosystem, right? The ways in which ACTA, then makes visible and audible traditional artists for the likes of the nation, right? These things are all connected, and ACTA is key to it. I'd like all of you now, and I know that the hour is drawing on, but we have a whole bunch of short, 9, 10 short videos from former UCR Rondalia Ensemble members who, Uncle Pai, they are like so keen to share their joy with you. So Jonathan, roll it. There's a whole bunch of them. Roll it.
Hello, Uncle Pai, it's Supina here. I was one of your students for the Rondalia Ensemble at UC Riverside when I was a grad student there. I would like to congratulate you for becoming a National Heritage Fellow 2021. I had a good time with your class. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Dahil sa inyo, Uncle Pai, lumigaya ang mundo ko. Hi, my name is Paul Michael Leonardo Atienza. I also go by Mike, and I was a double major in music and in English from 1997 to 2002 at UC Riverside. I started with that snippet, a reinterpretation of the encore song I sang during my junior recital in 2000, where Uncle Pai and 3 of my Rondalia classmates joined me on stage. It's one of the most memorable times in my life. I only get to see you now when I teach the movie The Debut, where you pop in a few times. And it's quite fitting that your name, Tagumpay, means victory. And you've been very victorious in sharing your musical gifts with so many of us. Binabati po ko kayo sa inyong karangalan. Stay healthy at maraming salamat.
My name is Drea Castillo, and I was in Rondalia from 2009 to 2011. Congratulations, Uncle Pai, on being recognized as a National Heritage Fellow by the National Endowment for the Arts. Couldn't be any more proud. My fondest times at UCR was Friday afternoons during Rondalia. I miss playing Filipino folk tunes you arranged that I remember from my childhood. I miss practicing for the Gluck Fellowship with Jen and Neil, and the amount of patience you all had with me. I fondly remember all the times you took the whole class to Getaway Cafe at the end of the quarter and treat us all to pizza. Pakikisama, or to get along with each other, is a core Filipino value that you instilled into every class effortlessly, and for that I'm eternally grateful. Again, congratulations.
Hello, I'm Jenny Cordier. I graduated from UCR in 2010 and played in the Rondalia Ensemble for 4 years. Uncle Pai, congratulations on your award. I know that you'll be very humble about this, but I can't imagine anyone who deserves it more. And thank you so much for all your mentorship and all the great memories. Rondalia was definitely the highlight of every week for me, and I look back on those times as the prime of my life. And thank you so much for everything you've done for me. Rondalia definitely helped me get into medical school, and it's an honor to know you. Thank you so much, Uncle Pi.
Hi, Uncle Pi. This is Frank Elam. I was in your Vandalia class about 10 years ago. Just want to say thank you for all you've done in the school and just bringing Filipino culture out here for all the students of all ethnicities and diversities to learn. You were a great teacher, and I really enjoyed just being in your class and playing, music from the motherland. Just thank you for your service here, and wish you the best. Peace. Goodbye.
Hello, Uncle Pi. Congratulations. I'm filming this from my car, so it looks like I'm homeless, but I'm not. I always knew you would become the nation's most distinguished artist. It was only a matter of time before the whole world knew. It was an honor to be one of your many students. Obviously, I was the prodigy student because I've got an A in your class, actually twice, and so it's not something I take lightly. But congratulations. I will be teaching a couple courses at UCR in the future, so most likely I'll drop by secretly with some libations if you don't tell the dean or my department about it. But once again, congratulations on a national distinction.
Hi, I'm Russ Skelchi. I was a student in Uncle Pi's Rondalia class way back in 2008, 2009. Really enjoyed learning Rondalia with Uncle Pi. He taught us not only obviously about the music, how to play it, but also about Filipino culture, the history of Rondalia, and importantly also a value system that he associated with Rondalia tradition. So anyway, Uncle Pi, congratulations on this. No one deserves this recognition more than you. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Ryan Sumapong, and I want to congratulate Uncle Pi for being recognized as a National Heritage Fellow. I remember the first time I met Uncle Pi was around 2008, 2009, when I was an undergrad at UCR, that I wanted to take a music class for fun. And I saw that there was a Filipino ensemble called Rondalia, and me being Filipino American, I wanted to go check it out. So I remember walking into his class, and a student lent their bandurria for me to try out, and I was able to play along with Uncle Pi. So ever since then, I wanted to take every chance I get to join the class. So Uncle Pi, you're an amazing teacher. I'm very happy and lucky that I got to be one of your students, and just me being in the class made me feel closer to my Filipino heritage. Thanks again for the barong that you gave me for a graduation present. Until then, take care. Congratulations again.
Hi, Uncle Pi. It's me, Geraldine Witherich Balderrama. Just wanted to send out a shout out to you and congratulate you for achieving the highest award possible in the performance arts. I remember I met you for Rondalia class at UC Riverside more than 10 years ago, and I still have my bandurria with me. And I always remember how amazing you are as a teacher and how patient you are as well. And just want to congratulate you on this achievement. All right, bye.
So wasn't that lovely? Neil Mathern and I shook the tree of social media, and all these former students came tumbling out. So it's kind of great to see you all back in touch with each other in the chat as well, many of you. Now, to the audience, I've made you wait, and I've made you wait for the best. The best is last, right? The best is to hear Tagumpay de Leon play a piece for us live right here today, remotely, but live. We're all together in a room. Uncle Pi, you just congratulations. Are you ready to play something for us? We really want to hear you make some music.
Well, give me 1 minute to thank everybody because, I don't know. I'm filled with emotions now. I don't know what to say. But of course, I saw Dr. Lislov and I thank him for having the guts to hire me almost more than 20 years ago. And I appreciate that. And then, of course, for Dr. Wang and Dr. Matern for working extremely hard to submit my nomination and make me look good on paper. So that was probably influenced NEA to give me the award. And of course, Dr. Wong for being one of the gracious hosts in this event. And all the letters of recommendation that, to support my nomination from Joella Cinto, Dr. Rick Tremillas, and Dr. Mary Talusan Lacanlale, who else? From Patrick Tanega and Will Simbol, who are my Rondalia members. And did I forget anyone? I apologize, but they're just in the top of my head. And of course, from Cheryl Shirley, who broke the news to me way back in March. I tell you, it was hard for me to keep that a secret because they said the announcement will be June, and then I can't wait for June. And then Congressman Adam Schiff called me personally, and I was surprised. Right after Cheryl gave me the news, he called me about 2 weeks after, and personal phone call at night. So that was a shock for me, hearing from Congressman Schiff. And what else? I think, I hope I didn't forget anybody about my thanks to everyone. Now for my piece, I don't know what to pick here really. I thought of playing just a serenade. We have a Serenata de Amor piece that I learned from Bayanihan player from our national dance company. I met a Rondalia player there. And I was so moved by that piece because it's really, deep to your heart when you listen it. And then, this was the piece that I also played with my brother, Bayani Mendoza de Leon, who unfortunately passed away about 8 years ago. This was the only piece I performed with him on stage about 20 years ago, but he passed away 8 years ago. And he was my mentor and my inspiration as far as Rondalia's, my journey with Rondalia and as a performer and as a teacher. So, okay, let me go to my couch here for more comfortable, to be more comfortable in playing. I cannot just sit on my big stool there. So let me see. Can everybody see me? I hope my instrument is still in tune. I tuned it before we started. So this is called Serenata de Amor, or English translation is Serenata de Amor. So it's a serenade of love to everybody, love and gratitude, and thank you, everybody. Okay, I hope my fingers will keep moving. Thank you. I love all of you for listening.
Oh, that was perfect. That was
Okay,
perfect.
I can transfer now.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We are almost at the end of our program. How about this? May I propose this? I'd like the music department faculty members who are present to have a moment to, speak directly and very briefly to Uncle Pi. Make it, I'm serious, like 10 seconds long if you can. And after that, I know that a lot of the UCR folks are going to need to run off into the rest of their afternoon, but those of you who would like to stay and to address Uncle Pi directly and just be in a big, rambunctious room, I invite you to stay. But may I, very quickly sort of tag my music colleagues. Dana Kaufman, would you like to say a couple of words?
Yeah, so I just want to say, Uncle Pi, it is a tremendous honor to have you at UCR, and we are so lucky that we have been able to enjoy the knowledge and the spirit that you bring both to the Rondalia Ensemble in a musical sense, but also in terms of pedagogy. And one particular anecdote that I loved today was about welcoming the less experienced members of the ensemble into a classroom full of more experienced members, and your warmth and generosity as a teacher have been just an exceptional contribution to campus life. And I know this is such a well-deserved honor, and we are so thrilled for you and honored to have you as a National Heritage Fellow. So congratulations, and thank you so much to Deborah Wong for hosting this event. And I think this is the very least we can do to celebrate you and all you do for the community.
Thanks. Jonathan Ritter, how about you? And Jonathan has been the man behind the curtain for this entire event, making all the videos happen. So thank you for that.
My pleasure, and I will keep it very, very short and just say congratulations, Uncle Pi. So well deserved, and it's such an honor to have you on our faculty, and I can't wait to share a stage with you again when we bring back our Festival of World Music and we get to share Rondalia with the rest of campus. So congratulations, thanks for everything that you do on so many fronts, and very well deserved.
Thank you.
Liz Shabilsky, are you there?
I am here, and I just want to say congratulations, Uncle Pi. It has been a pleasure to get to watch you teach. I've learned a lot watching you teach your ensemble, and of course to hear your ensemble perform on campus, which I hope we'll be able to do again soon. I feel very lucky to have you as a colleague. Thank you so much.
Terry Nguyen was here. I'm not sure she is now. She may have had to run off to teach. Okay, perhaps not. I'd like to turn to Walter Clark, who is the only faculty member in the Department of Music at UCR who's actually played with our Rondalia ensemble. Walter, could you say a few words?
Yes, Walter.
Yes, it's wonderful to see you and hear you again, Uncle Pi, as he's affectionately known. Uncle Pi is not merely a valued member of our music faculty, he is an institution. I have had the privilege and pleasure of playing guitar in the delightful Rondalia ensemble that he directs at UCR, and I can attest to his winning combination of expertise and charm. He gets such great results from his musicians because he really knows what he is doing. He maintains high standards and at the same time creates a relaxed environment that is conducive to learning and to creative expression. We are grateful for his many years of service to UCR and offer our hearty congratulations on receiving this truly prestigious award.
Thank you, Walter.
Thank you. Thank you, Walter.
Yes.
And I'm going to ask Professor Rogerio Budash, the chair of the Department of Music, to close this event and to offer a few words as well.
Well, this was such a treat. Thank you, Deborah and Jonathan and Neil for putting this together. And thank you, Uncle Pi. Thank you for all the beautiful things you have done. Thank you for the beautiful things you continue to do. And thanks in advance for the other things you're going to continue to do with our students and with the Rondalla Ensemble. I hope we have this concert in the spring, maybe. I'm sure, I mean, we'll work forward to that. Thank you for the things that you do for the Filipino community, Filipino culture in our campus and around the US. Thanks for being such a good teacher, such a good mentor. Now, if there is any UCR students or around here or that you know that who is not enrolled in the Rondalia or could enroll, please tell them to do so we can begin the next year in a good way. And congratulations for this so well-deserved honor, which also brings this so much honor to our department. We are really proud of you. We are really proud of you. This is really amazing. And thank you for allowing this to happen. And thanks everybody who's here for this amazing celebration. Thank you I hope you enjoyed as much as I did. This session has been recorded, as Dana mentioned. I think we should really keep this as a document and maybe in our YouTube page. We'll let you know. I mean, you'll know about this soon. And so since I am the one closing this, thank you for allowing me to close this session, this wonderful session. And goodbye, everybody. Have a great rest of the week. And please continue to support our department and our ensembles, and particularly Rondalla Ensemble. Bye.
Thank you so much, Rogerio. And just before we close, I do want to make a few announcements. First of all, again, thank you so much to Deborah Wong for organizing this incredible event and kicking off our Wednesday afternoon so wonderfully. Thank you so much, Uncle Pi, for all of your contributions to Rondalia and to our campus, of course. I'd like to thank our production manager, Greg Renee, James Lynn, Jeff Giroud, and Kelvin Mack for their help with promotions, Toya Adams, our Performing Arts Administration financial assistant, the Florence Bays Music Fund and Florence Bays for sponsoring these events, and Rogerio Budaj and the Department of Music at UCR. A reminder to join us next week, Wednesday, October 27th, for a presentation by composer Max Lifshitz. And in the meantime, have a wonderful week, stay safe, be well, and we'll see you soon. Take care, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
If anyone would like to stay for just a few minutes to congratulate Tagumpay de Leon directly, you're welcome to.
I can see a lot of my college classmates and high school classmates and friends.
Thank you for being
And of
here.
course, Drea, all my students here.
I'll take, okay, go ahead. I'll take this chance to just say congratulations, Uncle Pi. It's like 4 a.m. here in the Philippines, but I'm very, very proud of you, and I think you really, really deserve this award. Ever since I met you in 2018, I'm taking your class has been an immense pleasure, and you supporting me as I continue my journey as a critical dance studies student at UCR. It's just a humbling experience for me. So thank you so much and congratulations.
Thanks, Jamuel. I can't believe you woke up at 3 in the morning. He's in the Philippines right now.
Yes.
I thought you would make it.
Hi, congratulations. This is Doris.
Yes.
Where are our other classmates?
Well, they left already. I saw them a while ago.
There's Nini.
I see Leon, of course.
Hello, can you hear me?
Leon takes on Pumas at 5 p.m.
I don't know. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh yeah, there. In behalf of all the Mapuans that I can see in here, as you know, we are a classmate of Umpay. Actually, we are the only one who does not call him Uncle Pai because he's umpay to us because we are of the same age. but all those senior folks that you see, I can see Lourdes, De Los Reyes, and Nest, Ismaili Furong here, Sip Bandia from watching us from Croatia, Citas and Mau, Trinidad, Sal Eugenio, Elpidio Silva. Where is Albertson? Maybe she left.
Sarita left.
We are very proud of you, Umpay, and have known you for at least 55 years. I just got my calculator and subtracted 2021 from 1966. So we have known you for that long, and he has been a very intelligent, very smart, quiet, unassuming guy, and he never changed. But we are glad that you got this reward because doing what you love best and getting an award for it is icing on the cake. So congratulations.
Thank you, Paul. Just in case you have not seen my wife yet, there she is, trying to be to watch everybody.
I'm here.
I know. I'm sure the others know her already, but Dana, I think this is the first time you met her. Who else are here? Sip is in Croatia, huh? Wow.
Oh, yeah, in the background. Ismail, are you in the Philippines? Ismail, are you in the Philippines?
No, I'm here. That's just a virtual background.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, Pai, congratulations. I've known you also for a long time, and I remember us working in some projects in the City Hall of Manila, in your dad's office way back then. So we go a long way. I didn't know.
The choir then. I was the choir director then.
I didn't know that you are everybody's uncle. Lots of people call you uncle. Anyway, congratulations. Well deserved award.
Thank you, man.
Hi guys, I'm in Croatia.
You can stay.
Hello?
Who is it?
We can hear you, Ship.
Yeah, I'm not in Croatia. It's just a picture of the.
Wow.
No,
so
just a picture.
Don't be impressed. Umpay, Seni,
Yes.
see you again. From the first time I went to their house and I saw their family playing almost every instrument. And each one of them will pick an instrument, whatever is left for them, and they will start playing as a group. I was really impressed. And I used to tell that story to my other friends on how they were brought up and how they played together and how music put them together. So, ang galing, mabuhay.
Hello.
Angeline,
Angeline.
is Angie talking? Yeah, Angie, we can hear you.
You're muted.
You're muted, and there you go.
There you go.
There you go. Okay, the first time I met Tagumpay was fresh out of college. We were sitting side by side to take the board exam as chemical engineer. And then we became colleagues for 6 years, teaching chemistry, chemical engineering way back home. But then since that time, I've always known him to love music. Music was always in his heart. Also his family's heart. I'm so happy to learn that he spent more years teaching as a music professor by his avocation rather than spending more as a chemical engineer. But in both professions, he does very well. He deserves this honor, and I'm so proud that I came to know him and that you guys give very good comments on him. He deserves it very well. I represent the group of faculty that will be viewing this video because a lot of them cannot make it there in the Philippines. And I think Deborah Wong will be available to, provide the video, a video of.
Absolutely.
Oh, thank you. Thank you
Yes,
so
of
much.
course.
So proud of today, and thank you for sharing this tribute to honor a great colleague. Thank you so much. Be safe, everyone, and more powers to everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, anybody else? Yeah, I see a lot of you. I still, I hope you did not notice I was teary-eyed when my former students were giving their comments because I remember the good times with them, when we had our classes. Yeah, Drea was there, of course, during our GLAC ensemble, Neil and Jennifer. You remember our GLAC group, Ryan, we had fun then. Performing amidst the heavy rain, sometimes when we went to that veterans, what do they call that facility? But it was in March.
Hello. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, but it was rained hard and we still performed, inside.
I remember that. Hi, Uncle Pai.
Hi, Ryan.
Yeah, I remember that. It was a lot of fun. Hi, Drea. Hi, Neil. Hi, Dr. Wong. Yeah, I just want to. I'm here at work right now, so I just want to say, Uncle Pai, I miss you so much. I miss playing with you and everyone else. And congrats again. Stay safe out there. I don't know. Maybe one day we'll get the crew back together or something and play again.
Join our group, Ryan. Join RCLA.
RCLA? Okay.
Yes.
I'll look into it then. Okay. Okay, I gotta go back now, but it was fun seeing everyone again.
Thank
So
you.
until then, yeah. So until then, everyone take care. Stay safe out there. Okay. All right. Bye. Bye. Bye, Uncle Pai.
Bye, Ryan.
Drea, Min, would you like to?
Min's still here. Wow.
Yeah, he's still there.
You'll be teaching at UCR?
Yes. I have at least a verbal acknowledgement that they have some courses that I might be available to teach, and so probably in the winter and spring I'll be on campus. So I might just drop in one day and show these kids how to play Etude number 8. But congratulations, Uncle Pai. It's definitely a huge surprise, and so I actually made 2 videos. The one that was featured was my first one, which I thought was too informal. I was like, oh no, I can't send this. This is horrible. So I put it in the trash and I sent Deborah the second one, but somehow Google Drive didn't respect my my decision.
You still have Banduria?
I didn't play the Banduria. I played the Laoud.
Oh, Laoud.
The bigger one.
Mm-hmm.
And so unfortunately, the instrument didn't belong to me, but UCR, and so I couldn't keep it. But I do have Neil's instrument, his guitar, and so I do practice from time to time with.
You do?
Yes.
Good. Now I know where they are. Thank you, man.
I do have one of the guitar, yeah. And so, and I also have the music sheets, La Filipina, and all these other from, I guess, from Rendalia. So,
yeah.
So, yeah. It's good seeing everyone.
So glad you're here. Drea, how about you?
Drea is in Seattle now.
Hi.
You're in
Yeah, I'm
Seattle
in
now, right?
Seattle. It's cold here and it's rainy. Uncle Pi, congratulations. When I heard the news from Dr. Wong and Neil, I was so excited. And when they gave us the opportunity to say something, I was so happy and just wanted to congratulate you. And I really mean it. My favorite thing about, one of my favorite things about being at UCR was Ron Dahlia. And I think I was in that dance group that Neil was talking about as
Yeah.
the struggling musician. So I'm glad we didn't separate into two groups. So
You weren't.
I think that was me. But I really miss playing in Rondalia. I've been looking at groups here in Seattle and there's not any, so I'll just have to come and visit home sometime.
Maybe you have to form your own group there.
Oh, well, yeah, I'll message you later about getting the music. And
But you have your band. You have your band, which is
I do,
very
yeah.
successful right now. So
It's doing all right, yeah. But I'm so glad that a lot of you are still in my life and I could still keep in touch on social media and see how you're all doing. And yeah, congratulations again, Uncle Pi.
thank you. I still follow you on Instagram.
Yeah, I was like, oh, Uncle Pi liked this. Yeah, probably post about this later. Good to see everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming, Drea. Is there anybody else who'd like to say a few words? You have to imagine we're all sort of hanging out at a restaurant. It's after dinner. We're just
I see Patrick.
talking. Patrick Tanega.
Patrick, are you still there?
Reveal yourself. And I should say to the room that Patrick Tanega and Will Zimbon both also wrote letters for the nomination that were just like, oh, so beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, they were all wonderful letters of recommendations. Yeah. And I
Patrick
have
has
them
wandered
on
off.
file now. Yeah. On my
Yeah. Is there anybody else? Don't be shy.
There's Nestor.
Angeline can be. I would like to give acknowledgement to the success of Umpai because of a very sweet woman behind. Zenny. This Zenny.
Come on, my wife.
Yes. Without her behind him, I don't know how far he would have gone.
Where is she?
Yeah.
Right?
There.
Oh, hi. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Yes, you are behind the success of Umpai. Congratulations.
Well, she feeds me well.
Yes. You did well. You did your homework. Thank you.
Thank you too. I think Patrick left. He just put his laptop on his.
Right. But you see him all the time. He'll have another chance to talk with you.
I'm glad you made the announcement about January.
Look who just appeared.
Is that Patrick now?
Yep.
Yeah, it's me.
Oh, how are you?
I'm doing pickup duties for the kids at school. So
Oh, that's why. Okay.
I'm only able to join from my phone. So I'm on the move. But like everybody said, congratulations. We're extremely proud of you and are, overwhelmed with joy with the award, and looking forward to the future, especially with Rondalia music, and just continue to celebrate with you and the rest of the community. So looking forward to that, and go Dodgers.
Patrick is one of my more versatile musicians. He does everything for me. So, yeah, as you can see, when we were playing at UC Santa Barbara, the first video that you saw, he was on my side there. And also in Watkins Hall, or was that Olmsted Hall, where we were playing there? When I didn't even know I spoke a lot there. I thought I was quiet, but I spoke a lot in that video, introducing everybody. So I don't remember that one really, Joel. It's a good thing you showed that to me. I don't remember. That's where it started everything for UCR
Totally.
in 1998.
Totally.
And Dr. Lislov saw us, and then of course he contacted Joel if I can teach. So that's where my adventure began at UCR. And I was glad. I'm still there. I've been wanting to quit, but Deborah won't let me.
No, not yet.
Well, when I got this stint at UCLA, I thought they contacted me for, I think, 2007 to teach there. And that's about only 20 minutes drive from my place. I said, well, maybe I can quit UCR and stay in UCLA. But it did not last long. They just discontinued the Rondalia class after 1 year. So back to UCR. I'm glad I did not quit.
Their loss. UCR's gain. I mean, it all goes to show you how one thing can lead to another, right? Joel being the magic sauce that connected us, but honestly, Uncle Pai, you bring so much to so many UC campuses, thanks to the PCN network. I mean, you are ubiquitous. You are,
Hopefully it will pick up by next year because, the pandemic, stopped all PCNs this year and last year. So we'll see next year. Although we did one virtually with UCI, we recorded all the music. But it's not fun when you see online everybody dancing the same on different squares and the same movements, but individually, it wasn't fun to watch.
Just
dancing
the
for the
same.
same music. Yeah.
I can't wait till everything's all back up and running and you're back in the car driving up and down the state of California to do different PCNs. Yeah. Listen, everyone, I unless anybody else has anything to add, I just want to say thank you for coming, all of you. Thank you for together showing Uncle Pai how much his work matters and how much it means to all of us. And for me, a special heartfelt thank to Neil Mathern for being my comrade in arms for all of this. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Well, I'm going to see you Friday, Uncle Pai, and
yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah, I will too. I look forward to it. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
And Uncle Pai and Tita Zenny. Uncle Pai and Tita Zenny, I hope to see you both in January.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, we look forward to that, Neil. We
Yeah.
want to see
It's
you.
cold here, so I need to go there. It's warmer. But yes, I'll be
You're
there.
still in Alabama?
Maybe
You're
the
still in
four of us
Alabama?
can get together.
Are you still in Alabama
Hindi
now?
po, nasa Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Oh. Wow. Almost the same area.
Yeah. Make sure you
It's
contact.
windy outside, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Yes po, yes po.
Okay.
Salamat.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone.
Lulu and
Thank you,
Nestor, nice to
Thank
see
you,
you
Dr.
too.
Wong.
Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Everyone, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you very much. Thank you, Drina.
Bye. Congratulations.